let me quickly repeat the question. So what you have to do is there is an n cross m grid given to you, which contains the gold coin. There is a person standing on a 0 cross 0 cell. What you have to do is you can either move in the right direction or a downward direction. You need to find the maximum number of coins a person can collect when they reach the last index, n minus 1 and m minus 1 index in the grid. You can move only in two directions, as I mentioned, and you don't need to return the path. You just need to return the maximum coins you can collect from one of the paths. Okay, let's try to understand. Let's try to draw a diagram for this question as well. So basically what we need to do is there is a grid given to us, n cross m grid. And then there are coins given to us in the grid. And currently I'm standing here. 0, let's take some example. 1 1 0 1 1 0 0 0 0 1 1. I'm taking some other example now, okay? Doesn't matter actually. Okay. Now, see, I'm standing here. So I have two choices from here. Either I can go right or I can go down. Correct. Now, definitely you can't choose one of the path. Why you can't choose? Let's say you can't either go right or either go down. You have to explore all the possible paths. Why explore all the paths? Let's say even if there is a 0 here, correct? You can't say for sure that the answer would be this, correct? There can be another ones which will basically, let's say here is the 0, right? So if you'll see the answer would be what in this case, let's say we have 1 here as well. So the answer would be what? 1 2 3 4 5. 5 coins you can get, right? 1 2 3 4 5. Is there any other path from where you can get the 5 coins or more than that? I don't think so. Correct. So see, here at this point of time you can't decide whether to go right or down. Correct. If you say that there is 1 here, so I should go down, that might give you wrong answer, because if you take this one, then the maximum coins you can collect is what? 1 2 3 4. But if you'll actually see this path, you can actually collect 5 coins. So you can't decide just by zeros and ones that whether you should go right or down. What you need to do is you need to explore all paths. So first thing which we understood is explore all paths. Correct. Now how to explore all paths? Correct. That is a trickier part. That is what we need to understand. So what I do is I actually write both the conditions. So I'll check if I go right, then what is the value I can get, and if I go down, then what is the value I can get. So if I go right, then I can get this 0. So I can collect this 0. Now if I go right again, then I can get this one, get this one, get this one. Then I can't go further right. So I'll start going down. I'll go down, and I'll go down. Correct. And the maximum coins I'll start returning back from here. So till this grid, I can collect 1 coin. Till this grid, I can collect 2 coins. Correct. Till this grid, I can collect 3 coins. Till this grid 4 5. Now I'll start going down from here as well, right? So basically what I'll do is I'll start going down from here, because there is a possibility that I might be able to collect more coins. So if I go down here again, I have two choices, either to go right or to go down. Now if you'll see, from any point, from any x comma y, you have always two choices, whether to go right or to go down. Correct. And if I somehow calculate the maximum coins I can get after going right and after going down, then that maximum will always hold true. Correct. This, let's say if I calculate the maximum coins I can get from here, from this grid till here, even going right or going down, then I know that the maximum coin I can collect till here. Now because I know that I can collect maximum coins, this many coins till here, either this can be explored from here or here. Correct. So if it is explored from here, the coins will be what? This maximum number of coins I've calculated so far plus 1. Correct. Similarly, if I calculate the maximum coins collected so till here, I'll call this from here. So I know that if there is 1 here, then the maximum coins till here plus 1 will be the coins I can collect till here. But here we have 0, so the maximum coins we can collect till here will be the maximum coins we can collect from here. Now, oh sorry, from here we can go down as well and then collect coins, right? So we have to explore both the paths. So the maximum of the value which I can get from here and the maximum of the value which I can get from here, if I take the max of both of these, that is the maximum coins I can get from here. Do you agree? So at any given x comma y, if I find the max of number of coins I can get from x plus 1 comma y and x comma y plus 1, then that is the maximum number of coins I can collect. Correct. So that's what I'll perform. That is the operation I'll perform here. So let's try to write the code for this question. Maybe that will help you to understand how exactly I'm exploring all the possibilities and how exactly we are calculating the solution for this particular problem. But you understood what I'm trying to explain here? Is there any confusion in the explanation here? That you will check all the paths. And how can you check all the paths? From every point, you have two paths, not two paths, two conditions, either to go right or to go down. You will go in both the direction and you will try to find how many coins I can get, maximum coins I can get if I go right, how many coins I can get if I go down. If I know that the coins and I'll take the max of both of these, max coins I can get on both of these after going down and after going right. That will be the number of coins plus the value at the current cell, and the max of the right path and the down path will be the number of coins I can get from this point till the end. Correct. Let me try to write the code for this, and maybe then if there is any confusion, that will be over. Let me go to the doc. So what I'm saying is, see, you have to return the integer maximum coins. Let's say the name of the function is max gold coins. Correct. What is given to us? There is an int array given to us, or let's call it as grid. There is a grid given to us of n cross m. Let's say the n and m can be maximum 100, 100. Okay. And there is int n given to me, and then there is int m given to me. So these are the sizes of n comma m. Correct. And what you have is, you are standing on a particular point, right? So you have x comma y as well. So that is passed. That is the point at which you are standing right now. Correct. Now what do we need to do? We need to find the maximum coins possible. So what we'll do? So what is my terminating condition here? The terminating condition is as soon as I reach this point. So there are multiple terminating conditions. So if I go right, if I go on the right side of this grid, then I should not calculate. Correct. So I should call right only when if it is possible to go on the right side. Similarly, I should not call down if it is not possible to go down from this side. And what else? We should make sure that as soon as we reach this point, then we should return the value. Correct. Whatever is the value at that particular point. So what I'll write here is, if x double equals to n minus 1 and y double equals to m minus 1, that means that I have reached the endpoints. So what I'll do is, here can I write return whatever is the value at this particular cell, that is grid of x comma y. Okay. So if let's say this is 0, then the 0 will be returned. If it is 1, then 1 will be returned. Okay. Now, if that is not the case, if I'm standing at a particular point, either I can go right or I can go down. So let's say we have two variables, int right initialized to 0, comma int down again initialized to 0. And what we'll do is we'll check if. So for right, what we need to do, we need to increment so let's say X represents my rows, Y represents my column. So if I have to check the rows, then what I'll see, if X plus 1 is less than N, that means that I can go down, correct? So what I'll write down equal to what? The max gold coins I can get after going down. So I'll call max gold coins, and I'll pass what? Here I'll pass grid, I'll pass N, I'll pass M, I'll pass X plus 1, and I'll pass Y. Similarly, if I'll write here, else if Y plus 1 is less than M, then what will happen? Oh, not else if, sorry. There should be if Y plus 1 is less than M, then we can go right as well. So I'll write here, right equal to what? Max gold coins I can collect on going right. Max gold coins I can collect on going right, which will be equal to what? Here it will be X comma Y plus 1. Correct. Now we know the number of coins I can collect in the downward direction, the number of coins I can collect from the rightward direction when I'm standing on this particular X comma Y. So what I do, I'll return, I need to find the number of coins I can collect from this particular point. So I'll return what? Grid of, just a second. So we can return what? Grid of X comma Y plus whatever is the maximum we can get from the downward direction or the rightward direction, and this will be the returned answer. And we'll keep exploring all the paths, and finally we will reach this point and we'll return the answer. Now let's try to understand, dry run this code with the help of the example which you have taken. Okay, let me copy this. Okay. Try to go to this point. Let's have it here. Okay, you can see the code, right? You can see my another screen. Let me share the screen with you. Okay, can you see the whiteboard now?
Yes.
Let's take the same example which we had. Okay, or let's create another example. I'll try to keep the example as small example, not too big one. Let's say this is the grid given to me. Okay. Oh, just a second. So a small example. Okay, let's put some values here. Let's say we have 1, we have 0, so we have 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 0 here, and 1 here. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. Now see what we are doing. Okay. So I'm standing here. This is my X comma Y, which is initially 0, 0. Correct. What I'm checking, if X double equal to N minus 1, Y double equal to M minus 1. That is not true. So I've initialized my right and down variables here. My right and down. So let's say we have R equal to 0, D equal to 0 here. Correct. This has been initialized here. Correct. Now what I'm checking, if X plus 1 is less than N. Yes, it is. So what I need to do, X plus 1 is actually less than N. My X is equal to 0. the grid, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So x is equal to 4 and y is also equal to 4, correct? Y is also 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, correct? So x plus 1 is less than n. So x plus 1 is n, sorry, n is 4 and m is 4, not x and y. So x plus 1, so x plus 1 will be 0 plus 1, 1 is less than 4. So I can go down. So I'll start going down, correct? Now I'm calling the recursion from here. If I go down, so let's change the color of this. So we are going down here, right? So let's say we are going down. Then what will happen? Again from here, we will go down. Again, now this will become x plus 1. Now what we'll do, again, we'll call this recursion. We will again, this is not true. This is, again, we'll have r and d here. So r is equal to 0, d is equal to 0 in this grid as well, correct? And then what will again, because these are new variables we are creating in each of the function, right? Again, we'll go down because we can go down. So I'll go down. Again, we'll create r and d. Again, we'll go down. I can create r and d. Again, I can't go down further, right? This condition won't hold true anymore. Just a second. So sorry, guys. Yes. So you can't go down further from here. So what you will, because x plus 1 is not true anymore. So see, what right is initialized to 0, down is initialized to 0. So here down will automatically become 0, correct? Because you can't down, this down can't be updated anymore. Now you can go right. So you will start going right from here. So you will go right. Now can you go down from here? So again, I have R and D because max gold coins again called. From here it will be called now, right? Max gold coins. This, because this condition is not true. When you're standing on this grid, it will be called from here. What will happen here? X, you can't, X will be same, which is this index 3, and Y will become Y plus 1. So you'll go to this grid. Again, this is called, again, R and D you will initialize and to 0 and then X plus 1. So can you go down? No. So D will become 0. From here, what you'll do? You'll go right, go further right. Again, same thing, R, D. D will be 0 because you can't go down. Again, you go right. As soon as you reach here, what will happen? X will be equal to n minus 1, y will be equal to m minus 1. So you are return the grid x1. So what you will return? You will return 1 from here. You will start returning 1 from here, correct? So you will return, so this value is 1, correct? Now this r will become what? So this was called from where? This was called from here, right? So r will be initialized to 1, correct? Now what happens? R is initialized to 1, D is equal to 0, and this condition is over for this grid, correct? What you will return? You will return grid of x comma y, which is equal to 1 plus max of down comma right. What is down? Down is 0, right is 1. So 1 plus 1 is what? 2. So you will return this 2. It will return to what? From wherever it was called. It was called from r equal to 2, right? This r, sorry. So this 2 will be stored. And if you'll see here, from here, there you can get, on the right side, you can get 2 coins, 1 and 2. Now from here, this is 1. So again, this is completed. Grid of x comma y and max of right comma down. So right is 2, down is 0. So what will be returned? 2 plus 1, 3 will be returned. R will be stored as 3 here. Okay. No confusion so far. So again, what will happen? Now we are standing here at this 0. Right is 3, 1, 2, 3. Down is 0. There is no element. What will return again here? Will return x comma y plus max of down comma right. So R grid of x comma y, xy is 0 and max of down 3 and 0 is what? 3. So we'll return what? 3 from here. And this will be returned to what? This was called from this down, right? This was called from this down. So 3 will be returned here. In this down, the 3 will be returned. Any confusion here? Any one of you? Please ask if you have any confusion. See, we called this from here d equal to 3, right? So from down we have called, right? So whatever answer will be returned, it will be stored in d equal d, correct? Because it is returned. It is returned to this down, right? It is returned to this down. Now this down is completed. Now y plus 1 is less than m. On this grid, y plus 1. Y is what? Y is 0. Is less than 4? Yes, it is. So I can go right. So you will call right. So you will call right from here again. Now if you call right from here again, what will happen? Here max code coins will be called. Again, you will create two variables R and D here. R and D both initialized to 0. Now from here you can go down as well. So if you'll go down, you can go down, correct? You can go down. There will be right and down. Again, here you can go down. Again, right and down, you will again do the same thing, recalculate everything again, correct? But this R and D won't change, right? Because from this grid, you know what is R, you know what is D. This won't change. So basically, instead of again walking you through the complete code from right and down, basically, can I say that I know what is right, I know what is down. So max of R comma D, max of R comma D plus whatever is the value here, which is 2 comma 0 plus 1. Max of 2 comma 0 plus 1, which is equal to 3. So 3 will be returned into the down. So 3 is returned into the down. And we still need to call right. We can call right from here. Now I'll call right from here. Again, I'll go right. I have R and D here. Correct. Now I can go down from here. Correct. R is not calculated yet, right? So I can go down from here. I'll go down and I'll calculate the value. Again, this will be 1 plus 1, 2. So D will be 2. But I can still go right. So I'll go right as well here. Again, R and D will be calculated. Now if I'll go down, R and D will be initialized to 0. So if I go down, this will satisfy the condition. So this will be 1. So D will become 1. I can't go right. So R is automatically equal to 0. R is 0. If I take the max of 0, 1 plus 0, so that is 1. So right side you can get 1, correct? Down side you can get 2. If you'll see from the right, you can get only 1. From the down, you can get what? 2 elements. Now you'll do the max of 1, 2 plus 0, which is equal to what? Max is 2. So you can get maximum 2 coins from here. So right will be 2. And if you'll see from the right side, you can get maximum 2 coins only. Okay. Now right is 2, down is 3. This is calculated. So this will become max of 2, 3 plus 1. So which is 4. So right returned here is equal to what? Here the returned value is 4. Now down is 3, right is 4. You have to return back to this down. This is the down from where it was called. So it will be what? Max of 4, 3 plus what? Whatever is the value here, which is 1. So if you'll see here 1, 2, 3, 4. From the right, we can get 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1. So this will be returned as max of 4, 3 plus 1, which is 5. So in that down, and this was called from this down. So 5 will be returned here. Now similarly, we will start going right as well from here. We'll go right, we'll go, now again you have to condition either to go down and right, and similarly you will keep on calculating. So you will get some right as well. So right you will get is what? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is, so basically from here you will get a right as 4, sorry, right is what? 1, 2, 3. You'll go right, the maximum you can collect is 1 and 2. So right you will get 2 and down you will get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here if you'll see 2 and 4, so maximum of 2 and 4 is 4. 4 plus 0 is 4, so right side you can get 4. Now again right and down is 4. So this was called from this D down. So max of this plus 1, which is equal to 6. So down comes 6. Correct. We still need to explore right. You will again keep on exploring the right in the similar way. Whatever is the maximum of R and D plus 1 you will do, because there is 1 here. So the answer will be what? Because you have got 6 in the downward direction, there will be some elements in the rightward. So rightward, from the rightward direction, that will be maximum what? That will be 1, 2, 3, 4. From this path you will get those, right? Okay. So right will be 4. So max of 4, 6 plus 1, which is equal to 7. And finally, because this is 1, right? So finally 7 is the answer will be returned in this case. Is the code clear to everyone? I know that this might not be, very intuitive at this point of time. Don't worry, we'll be practicing many more questions, correct? Which will help you to understand the recursion in a better way. But if you have any confusion in the current question, please ask, I can explain it to you again. If you don't have any confusion, then it's well and good. So yeah, any confusions or any question here?
I think I kind of got lost once that from the last grid you came back, right? Where, so I mean, if you have time and if you can explain, I don't know
From
about
where
others,
did
but
you lost? From
um,
here?
no, like the red part, right? R equal to 1, D equal to 0. So first path I understand, but when you're returning back, right? R equal to the n
Here?
minus 2. Yeah, one cell
Uh,
before that. Yeah, yeah.
here.
Yeah. So when you go back, right? I mean the recursion call. Like how do you set those two variables R and right and down? I kind
So
of got
basically, you
lost.
are calling from here, right? See, you're
Hmm.
calling when you're calling. So when you're going down, correct? You are when you're going down. When you're actually going down, change the color. So when you're actually going down, correct? Then the D will be set, correct?
Hmm. Yeah.
And you will call this max gold coins. So now whatever R and D you have to calculate for this grid, correct? Because you have came from here, correct? You have came
Hmm.
from here to here. Now you'll have to create this R and D. Both are there are two possibilities here, right? Either you can go right or you can go down, correct?
Yeah.
Do you agree? Correct. So see, when you're calling from here, correct, forget that this is called from somewhere. Consider that this is a new method which you have written. Okay. Again, you are doing the same thing. Now, whatever is the answer which you have calculated, that will be returned to the function from where it was called. Correct. Do you agree?
Hmm.
So let's say if I write
Yeah.
func1, correct, func1, and I call this func1, correct. And if I do a equal to func1, correct, and there is some other, this is in the function, this is in some function, correct. And if I do func1, then what happens? This func1, whatever value is calculated from the func1, let's say we return 5. So this 5 will be returned to A, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So same thing is happening here. When you're calling the recursion,
Hmm.
what you are writing grid xy, comma max of down, comma right. Correct. So you have calculated the right, you have calculated the down, whatever is the max of both of these. What is 3, comma 0? Plus what is the value at the grid? It is 0. So the answer is 3. So you are returning simply 3. Now you don't need to worry to which it is returning. It is written because that is
Okay.
taken care of in the recursion in the stack. So that was called from the down. So it will be stored in the down.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Now you need to
Yeah.
see calculate the same thing for the right as well, right? Here.
Yeah.
Correct. So you call the right again. You call max gold coins again for the right. Now when you go to this grid, again you calculate right and down from this for this grid. Okay. These are the two new variables for this grid. Okay. So that's why I'm
Okay.
saying consider that these are separate methods and these variable will be local variable to that method. Correct.
Okay.
Imagine
Okay.
that
Yeah.
there are like 50 methods written on the top of each other. And this is like max gold coin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And accordingly, you're calling this. Correct.
Yeah.
You so
Okay.
the,
I get it now. Yeah.
now you got it right. How these
Yeah.
local
Yeah.
variables are created. Did you understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Always try
Yes.
to understand recursion in the similar way. Imagine that there are multiple methods with a different name. Correct.
Okay.
And that
Mm.
everything is happening into that method. And whatever is the answer returned, you will return to the method which is calling that method to the point where it from where it was called. And you store that value. And again, you continue from the previous method. Correct?
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
Is it clear now? 100%. There is no confusion at all.
Yeah. So every function, it kind of calculates the right and down variable and the
Exactly.
max of this one. Okay. And it passes back to the next
Exactly.
function.
Exactly. That makes sense, right? That is what you need to do. So because from here you can go to only 2 points. Either you can go right or you can go down. Correct. Now, if I know that the maximum coins I can collect here, the maximum I can collect here, the maximum I can collect at this point will be the max of this, comma this plus this. Correct?
Yeah. Hmm.
Do you
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else who has any confusion here? Please ask if you have any doubts. I am happy to explain it to you again. But I mean, but you'll have to ask it. Yeah. Go ahead.
So, if we consider this grid, so first we are calculating the down, and then we are once down is completed means once we reach the end
Correct.
grid, then we are starting
Correct.
right. So,
Correct.
in general, if I say that we are first in every row and column, we are first going down, and when we reach the end, we start looking for the right. And whatever the maximum is there, we are storing in that uh, the new down and right.
Variable. Correct, correct. So
New
yes,
down and right variable. Then that will be the new one. With from that variable, we are again following the same procedure. We are going down and then we are going right.
right.
If
Exactly.
all these things happen, still we reach the end of the grid, means the
Correct,
corner of the grid.
correct, correct. Yes, you're correct. That's the perfect way to explain the solution. That is what you're doing, right? Essentially. So at every point you're calculating what is right, what is down. Right? Now
So
you know what is. Yes,
if we
please go
get
ahead.
the complexity, means we are in recursion, we are again going to the same grid or same cell many numbers of
Again and
times.
again. Exactly. Correct, correct, correct. Okay. So please, I would request you to not go on to the complexity right now at this point of time. We'll start with the complexity in the next class, and I'll make sure that I talk about the complexity of this function as well. So it is 2 to the power n plus m. Now I don't know how to explain to you at this point. It will be a bit difficult to explain. I can try if you want, but I would request you to wait till the next class. Let me talk about the complexity, and then I'll explain you how this is 2 to the power n plus m. Okay? Is that okay?
Yes.
Please wait for one class. I'll explain you how the complexity is 2 to the power something. Okay? I'll explain it to you in the next class. Why 2 to the power something? Because see, there are two, from every point there are two ways. Correct? Correct. At every point there are two ways. Correct? And from this point, maximum path you have is n plus m. Correct? From this path, the one path is of length n plus m. Correct? And at every point you have two possibilities. So how many times you will iterate? You will iterate 2 to the power m plus n. Now I know that this might not be clear at this point of time. That's why I'm asking you to wait till the next class. I'll take another example of recursion, and there I'll explain you how the complexity is 2 to the power something, and then you will be able to understand in the grid case as well. Okay. So if you understood, well and good. If you didn't understand, don't worry, because I haven't talked about the complexity yet. Once we'll talk about the complexity, then you'll understand this as well. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks.